going to festivals, make the best feature film I can to festivals or short film in the future. What about sketches or internet content? Something to how do you get content in front of an audience? How do you get a following? Because you know what, right now I'm doing the podcast where I record a podcast, and then I re-listen to it because I don't have somebody to do it for me. I re-listen to it and take notes on what would be a good clip, like good 5 to 10 or more minute clip, and then break it into clips. And then upload the full podcast as well as clips, and get thumbnails and everything for it, catchy thumbnails and titles and whatnot. And it's kind of like fishing, you know, putting bait on the hooks and or on a bunch of hooks and just throw them out. I'm just lining up fishing rods on the shore, you know, or like on the edge of the creek or the river or whatever, and just putting bait on the hooks, throwing them out, you know, just putting them, having a stand that's holding them, and I'm just waiting for them all, you know, so that one picks up. One did start getting more views than the others. I mean, like the others were getting like 1 or 2 or 5 views in terms of podcast clips, but one of them got like 128 already, and it just keeps growing, which is interesting, and it has to do with 2 things: more takes, or more takes better, like, you know, filmmakers doing more takes versus less takes. David Fincher and like Stanley Kubrick to name some of them. And it got into talking about how Shelley Duvall was just traumatized from the experience in The Shining. You know, like there's a Dr. Phil interview where you know, screw Dr. Phil for like doing this. Like he had her talking about, you know, I think JFK still being alive and stuff. Like she was so shooken up by that. I'm pretty sure by that film. And if you look at the behind the scenes footage of how Stanley Kubrick was treating her and what people said about, you know, on set from being there, I mean, it's hard because it was a great movie. It was a crazy performance from all of them. Like the scene where she's on the stairs, like swinging the bat around and just an emotional mess. They did that 120 something times, 127 times. I forget. I don't know. I might be mixing numbers up. But that was like, is it worth it, you know, to do that to somebody? I don't think so. No, I don't know. I mean, if they're game for it, if you're working with somebody who's like, I look forward to doing a bunch of takes because then you, like David Fincher, it's like you're doing all these takes, you're doing 50 takes or like 60 takes to remind the actors, we're here just to do it, to just go through the motions of it, or not go through the motions, but like go through it and try different things and experiment. And it takes the pressure off. I don't think I want to do that, or I don't have the luxury of doing that within my current resources with filmmaking. I mean, at best, I think my next feature film, I'd be rehearsing all the scenes, and then getting a few takes on set to really nail it with the actors. Then again, nailing isn't the right word because, you know, you're not, you know, if you're aiming, if you're trying to hit the mark consciously, it's like, it makes it harder to do it well. And that's why doing a bunch of takes works for him, because it's like you doing a bunch of takes, you're just like, you're reminding yourself, it's not about nailing it. We're just doing it, which is a different mindset. And it relaxes people on sets, his sets, I hear, which is what he aims for. Also, I think he tries to exhaust the actors. But yeah, no, that was a clip that we were talking about. But back real quick, I think there is a value to pressure of you only get a few takes or one take. It's a different performance. I hear like the Coen brothers do that a lot. Also, Clint Eastwood does like one take, if you're lucky, two on his films. So I don't know. I don't think there's any hard, fast rules. I mean, I think if you can get between 7 and 15, you're golden, 7, 15, maybe 20 tops. I don't know. I think my next film, it'll be interesting to see how, when I'm focused solely on the actors and helping them get the best performance they can, how that improves their ability to act, and how it changes the dynamic of nailing it or per se, but getting the things that we need so that we can be like, okay, we got what we needed, and then be able to bounce, and to the next setup or shot. I think that'll be interesting to see. But back to what I was saying, the podcast is just fishing. It's fishing for the audience, to see, how can I get the audience, my potential audience, in front of me, watching my stuff, knowing or being aware of me. Because here, I post a video on YouTube or something. It's like the algorithm doesn't know about me. Now, maybe it's the quality of my work. Maybe it's, then again, some people who see my work, it's like they're like, how does this not have more views? It's like, I don't know. There are people who think that my films are of quality. They should have more views, and so I think that they might be right. I think they're right. So, and I think the way people talk about the way to break through the noise is to just pump out more content. Now, the problem I have with that is I want my content to be of quality. To me, I want it to feel like I really put it to the test. Like I made sure, like I didn't do something that was dumb for no reason. I want it to work. Like when I do a comedy sketch, I always I spend put a lot of time into thinking about and getting it, and I don't push ideas out before they're ready. I don't believe in that. Now, if you're writing a feature film, or now if I'm writing like one of my more serious projects, I write each writing day. I do have to write, and I have to put my best ideas, or I have to suck. I have to just allow myself to be bad, to write bad stuff. Because the next day, I know the next day I'll be able to come back and read what worked and what didn't, and learn from it, and rework it, and then rewrite it. And that's what a draft is. It's it's the allowance to be bad. But with sketches, I allow myself, before I know when the ideas are ready before I start writing it. I kind of just have it work. I work it out in my head during like meditation, naps, or workout. But yeah, no, I like quality. I try to put my quality in my work. And part of doing that is, I can't really do it on a super regular basis, like weekly or whatever. I wish I could. But I don't want to at the cost of what I know is what I know is the cost, which is what I deem as quality from my work. Quality where I can look back at it and say, I felt good about that. I could see a few things here and there I could have changed, but overall, I feel like I can look back and I can enjoy it. As an audience member, that's what I want. I want to be able to look back at my own work years from now and say, even though I know I could do a lot better now, I'm still entertained by what I saw. I still feel like at the time I did the best I could with what I knew and what I could do. And for me, that's another definition of success with filmmaking. That could be the trailer for the podcast. Who knows? So there's the podcast. There's the sketches. What else? I don't know. Maybe well, you know, I put trailers to the videos for YouTube on my Instagram. I could try. I haven't gotten into TikTok. I've been avoiding it. Plus I tried going on there and creating an account. I do have one, I think, for my old business name, Nonprofit Films. And I just put some clips on there from Rusty Spade, and I don't think they did really any good. Maybe I could try deliberately editing some of the work I have with the framing in mind for TikTok and see how that works. What happens? Well, maybe I could just put some things out. Maybe one of them will pick up, because TikTok's the big thing. I don't know. Especially like comedy sketches might work well in there. Podcast clips like this. I don't know. Yeah. Really, right now I'm just trying to figure out how to break through the noise. I read articles. Like Filmmakers talking about, oh, like we finally feel. I read an article today of this, like with the actress of some actress from something, and it's like like in a big name movie, and I'm like, I finally feel seen after so many years in Hollywood, and it's like I haven't been seen. I just said that out loud as I was location scouting today, and I was like, I haven't been seen yet. I haven't been seen by jack shit. I get maybe like 40 views on a comedy sketch. Are you kidding me? Well, one of these days we'll figure it out. My name is Thomas Proffitt. I'm a filmmaker based outside Philadelphia, PA, and I'm looking to create a life for myself writing and directing films. On this podcast, I give my take on things, as well as interview friends, filmmakers, and interesting folks about just about anything. You can find the full podcast catalog at proffitableproductions.com/podcast. Profitable is spelled like my name with 2 F's, 2 T's. You can also find clips from my episodes there, as well as my films. I hope you enjoy this podcast. Tom Proffitt Take.